Bobby.
I know. I still get nervous.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How y'all doing
Uh-uh.
today?
I'm doing good.
I know we ain't
It's
talking
hot
and ain't
outside. Like,
nobody. I'm. Can y'all not hear me? Can y'all not hear me? What is the problem?
I don't know.
Child.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there y'all go. So if you ain't liking and tagging your friends, your sisters, and your good Judies and your good girlfriends, then we ain't talking. Y'all already know how we do. So what's up?
Shit.
I know we late. But we here.
Late as fuck.
Better late than sorry. I'm gonna tune in. I know we late, but we here. While you guys are tuning in, I do want to go ahead and start with the our advertising things so that we can get to the conversation. I'm actually super excited about today. We have a start cast that we got on here, ready to kind of bust through. So just to remind you that we are Rain's outreach team. We are Rain coming at you live. We have created our own way of outreach, and that resulted into this, keeping it 100, where we can kind of come and express ourselves, as well as give you examples from our own experience through life, and hopefully you can kind of take that and do something with it. Adjacent to
Or
that, we
just
also
laugh
do
at it.
HIV, or just laugh at it. Adjacent to that, we also do HIV testing, Hep C testing as well. We offer intensive case management for those living with HIV. We also offer case management for those living without HIV through our PrEP program, which is headed by Patrice. Um, we also have mental health that we offer to people as well. We also dive into substance abuse with Crew, our sister organization. Um, so I just wanted to kind of remind you guys what we are, the core of what we do. This is a headshot of what you see on the screen. However, what we do backstage is a lot more intensive than this. Um, so without further ado, I do want to thank you. I want to let you know that we are doing the focus groups out here. They're still here. I'm looking for individuals who have not taken PrEP before yet. Right. Um, Historically, white men have sit behind their desks and created interventions for us to engage us in PrEP. Me as a black man. However, we all know that is not the business. Right now, we have a chance to have a seat at the table and create our own interventions. So I'm challenging you, my black brothers, to come sit with me and let's have this conversation about PrEP. Now, the goal is not for you to walk out and sign up for PrEP, but the goal is for me to kind of get a I want to find out what our community think about PrEP right now. It's pretty much what I want to find out. And the only way that I can do that is get that information from you guys. So initially I was offering $40 for you to come and sit and do that. Now I am offering $100. $100 for you to just come sit and have a conversation with me about PrEP. Again, I'm not trying to push PrEP on you. I don't want you to walk out the room and feel like that you have to get PrEP. I just want to know what our community think about PrEP. And I do think that $100. I wanted to make sure that your information is valuable. I want you to know your information is valuable, so I want to pay you for that information. So if you're interested, hit myself up, hit Bryce, hit Patrice, and or Shawn. They'll know kind of where to send you at. And we can kind of go from there and get that scheduled. It will be done virtually via Zoom. So let me know. That's $100.
Get your money.
I also want to give a shout out to Uplift, Project Uplift. So Project Uplift is an organization that is filling in the void. As of right now, as I told you before, RAIN offers services for people living with HIV or people who are not HIV positive but are interested in getting on PrEP. However, if you don't fit that category and you're part of the LGBT, and you're part of the LGBT community, and you still want to have intensive case management, you can actually go through Project Uplift. I'm also showing you the link at the bottom of the screen as well. That is a link where you can click on it and actually find out more information about Project Uplift. And when I say intensive case management, what I mean is that somebody to kind of help guide you through this thing called life. They can give you resources as it relates to housing, food, resume building, anything that you would need. Project Uplift can kind of help you with that as well. So if you need that information, or if you need assistance with that, please don't hesitate to contact them. And I have not forgot about my lovely peeps. They thought I was gonna sit here and do all the talking, but that ain't the case.
I really did. I was really good with
it.
So since she spoke first, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Patrice. I am the prep case manager here at RAIN, and I am also a healthy sexual community teacher. That means I go different places and talk to people about not only sex and enjoying it, but also how to be safe and still have a good time. If you think you might be interested in having me come and speak to kids or teenagers or adults, please feel free to call me at the number below. And if you feel like you want to talk to me about prep, listen to the pros and cons, or just ask me questions, also, please feel free to call me at the number below. Thank you.
Thank you for that marvelous introduction.
Hey everyone, I'm Bryce. I'm a peer retention specialist at RAIN, so I specialize in finding those who are positive, who have been out of care for 6 months or longer. All of you newly diagnosed, I get you into care realistically within 2 to 3 weeks of your diagnosis. I case manage you for a year, I hold your hand, and my job is to help you navigate your healthcare and help you retain your healthcare so that way you can live a happy, healthy, long life. Also, I do HIV and Hep C testing. I also provide free condoms and lube. So if you or anyone that needs my services, please call the number down below.
Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Bryce. Okay. So we've gotten through the beginning. Now it's time to dive into this conversation today. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super excited. Let me take that off the screen. Today's segment is called I Am an Artist.
Period. And I'm sensitive about my shit.
Oh, damn it. Here we go. Here we go.
I actually have had the pleasure of getting to know a lot of the whole panel, through my personal experience with them. One thing that I would like to say before they come on is that these people that I have looked up to actually in the community, simply because there was a time in my life where I consider myself as an artist as well. And I allowed life to kind of hinder and stop me from pursuing my dreams. However, through them, I have watched them literally devote their life, to that art, to their art, pretty much. I've watched them devote their life to, making sure that they succeed in something that they want to do, not taking no for an answer, not stopping when the times get hard, and just, expressing themselves. Something that I wish to get back to, for real. But I actually have been living vicariously through them from over the years anyway. But I want to introduce, I am an artist. I want to bring on a dancer that I have known for a very long time. I have watched this man like put to the fucking stage. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Go ahead. Here's Antuwan.
Hello there. I'm Antuwan J. I'm a dancer, choreographer. I also act and creative director as well. That's pretty much it so far. That's the introduction, right? Just introducing ourselves, right? Just
yes.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
This next person, I've watched sing. I've watched dance as well. I love his music. It's hot like fire. It's funny as hell. Mama Brain, come on.
Woo!
Hot. When you said funny as hell.
Chainey. Yes, she is.
I love the light.
Okay.
It sets my mood when I make my music. But I'm introducing. Okay.
Yes.
So my name is Chainey. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised. I haven't left yet. Yeah. So that's me.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So I've watched this next person go from dancer, goes from model, go to acting, go into directing. To see him like score has been amazing, and watching him blow up has been amazing. I'm about to bring on Trey Love.
Woo!
I am Trey Love. I am a creative, an artist. I have my hands in more than just one thing. To bring my creativeness through all aspects of art. So, writer, director, actor, poet, influencer, king. That's me.
And we have two more people coming on, but another person will be coming on later. But this next person, I have cried listening to some of the songs that I've heard from him. I have, looked up to the dancing that I've seen from him. I've watched I've watched him grow artistically as well. I'm bringing on Mr. Fudge.
Hey.
Yes, I'm sure a lot of people know me as Fudge, but personally I go by Gereme. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, choreographer, a little bit. But yeah, born and raised from Charlotte, North Carolina, just like Chainey. That's it.
Yes. So actually, somebody's about to join in now. I'm gonna give her like 3 seconds if she can kind of hop on while we in introduction before we move on. Come on. Because I hate the double back. It's gonna bother my spirit. Okay. So we're about to just have a conversation about us, pretty much. My first question, and it's just to kind of get the conversation started. What sparks your talent? I'm a start.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's why I'll start. Back in the day, I felt like what sparked dancing for me was that I wanted to show a different side of me. I was nervous about being the authentic me. The only time I felt like the authentic me was on stage. Everything else I felt like was a persona. I felt like I can go on stage and I can dance and I can just be me and let out everything. Once I got off that stage, I'm coming back into reality, and I fucking hated it. I think that I also, there was a time in my life where I had to turn off that mentality of being on stage, and actually be in the moment of life. And I let life kind of actually take over that. So I lost that. I feel like I've lost that spark. Because I've got trampled in life. That's pretty much what sparked my talent, what sparked dancing for me. And I'm trying to actually relight that spark, relight that excitement. But what about your art or your artistic expression excites you the most?
I'm gonna say what sparked my talent. It took me a minute to think about it, but honestly, what sparked my talent was people. People helped me come out of my shell of dancing, because when I was in middle school to high school, almost all of high school or whatever, but taking chorus, I never really took dance. I never did anything like that. I took theater, but that was like little Broadway dancing and stuff like that. Until when I was out of school and stuff like that and dancing outside of school, me just playing, just dancing. And people saying that you can dance, you can dance, you can do this, you can do that. I was looking at them like, I'm dancing for fun. Just fun me dancing. And then I stepped out of chorus and got into dance at Northwest School of the Arts. Got into dancing there. And it just sparked the flame of me dancing, not just hip hop, but to get into ballet, to get in modern, to get in jazz, start doing lyrical. While I was in church, I was doing what's the contemporary and all that stuff. I was doing that. So people influencing me to dance helped me jump out there and dance. Cause I'm not even the best singer. I was just in chorus because I thought this is what I did. Until people was like, jump out there and do that. So that's what sparked me dancing.
I guess I'll go next. So what sparked it for me, as a child, like I would sing to myself. I always wanted to perform, like I guess like looking up to the greats like Michael Jackson. I watched a lot of Tina Turner. And I always wanted to be that great, like to not only like just get up with a mic and sing, like they performed and like they had a different type of energy that was like that transferred like amongst people, like different people like resonated with it. And I always wanted to like express myself through that because I really felt like I was kind of a timid child. So I guess through the art, I was able to like kind of bring that to life, like what I saw them do. And I would mimic it in my room, but I know my mom then was like, child. It probably looked a mess at a time, but that's how I express myself. So, yeah, I guess like seeing other people, like I watched so many interviews from like Tina Turner. That's one of the main ones, like how she put her like trauma on the stage. Like she went hard on the stage. And I just felt like, you know, seeing that was inspiring because like I said, I was timid. I didn't really know how to express myself, especially with all the stuff that I was dealing with. So yeah, music was something that I, you know, expressed myself through.
Go ahead.
I think something that sparked my talent was that I mean, music and art had always been something that I had just kind of generally gravitated to. I think for me, it was the best way for me to articulate how I felt or my views on certain things. It was the best way for me to really, really kind of express myself. I'd always been into, of course, music and dance, but even style. I think that was something that was really I felt like it was the most fluid way for me to kind of present myself to people. So I think that was the easiest route for me to take. And, you know, I felt the most vivid whenever I did something like
that. Okay.
Trey?
Well, definitely agree with my panel here. What sparked mine definitely the emotional release throughout it, because that's why I make so many things. I'm really a quiet guy, but when I'm putting out my art, I'm woke and I make myself. Growing up, the main thing that I went to because it was able for me to just be a totally different person, let it out on stage. As I got older, I let it all out through dance. So it's like, how else do I express myself? Which way how can I be heard in another way? Same feeling anymore. So that's why I just like navigate through everything else. So emotional release is what's for me.
Okay. Before we go to the next thing, I want to actually introduce somebody that I've had the pleasure of meeting, you know, through like art. We just met through art. I was dancing with a group, and you know that group had actually joined and merged and started dancing behind her as an actual artist. And I literally wanted to like shit in my pants when I saw her perform for the first time, and was able to kind of join and be on stage with her. It felt so good. And I was just so excited. So somebody that I also look up to as well. I'm gonna bring on Neveah.
Woo! Hey.
Hey. So we just did a small a small little kind of sort of resume of yours to kind of introduce you. And then we're gonna go back into the topic.
She's muted.
You there? Oh, you're muted. Oh, she said she's gonna leave and come back in. It was breaking up really bad. Okay.
Okay.
So the next thing was I want to talk about: does the LGBT community play a role inside of your artistic expression? How, and if not, how we navigating that? Hold on, she comes. She's back. Are we good now?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if you can give like a little small resume of yours, to kind of introduce yourself, that'd be perfect. Can she hear me?
I can't really hear. It's staticky for me.
Okay. Hold on.
Dang.
All right. Can you hear me now? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a whole lot of lag on my end. Let me see.
Okay. You may have to log
Hold
back
on.
in and log back out. Okay. So yeah, does the LGBT community play a role in your artistic expression? And if so, how?
Don't everybody talk at once.
Well, mine.
For me, I think it does. And honestly, I really didn't think that it did until I started working with a lot of more experienced people in the field that I work in. Especially once I started working with different artists and doing a lot of songwriting. Um, it being something that was kind of a buffer for me entering the room or people feeling like they had to practice my sexuality before I went in front of different people, which I felt more urged to express myself and be a representative for my community. Because I feel like a lot of the works of what goes into the industry, a lot of that the LGBTQ community is at the helm of. So I feel like it's important for us to represent that in the best way that we can. Um, so yeah, I feel like it does play a big role, especially in my artistry.
Yeah.
I think there was a time frame where, for me, I kind of wanted to present myself as an artist before I presented myself as, a representation of my community. And it took me a while to kind of make and kind of understand that, you can't, like, what I'm saying? Like, you are who you are, and it's going to show regardless. But I do think there was a time frame where I wanted to like make sure that I'm established here first before I'm representing somebody or everybody else. I thought that was important to me, but it still mixed and matched, so it really didn't make a difference.
That was kind of one of the things I've always kind of thought about. Like when I was younger, I'm like, okay, I know I want to sing. Clearly, I mean, at some point, I have to. Like, I feel like people won't connect with you if you're not real with yourself. So I feel like you have to. I don't know. It's always been a struggle for me because it's been like people take the. I think what am I trying to say? I don't want to feel attacked because I feel like there's certain expectations when you come out and you say, okay, I represent this. People want to automatically, like, you want to be, okay, so this happened. You need to be here. 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 I feel like the expectation is something that I always knew. Like, of course, it's something that I'm gonna have to deal with and confront probably multiple times. But it's just, I don't know. It kind of makes you think like, do I really have the energy to push my music and then turn around and be an activist at the same time? And it's kind of something that goes hand in hand. Like, you have to do your part in order to, like, it's a part of you, so you have to represent accordingly. But the whole, like, when you see different people that take, like, they're on the forefront and they take all the I don't know, the hate comments, or like when something happens, they're always on the front line having to jump in. Like, that's a lot of energy. So I just, it's definitely something to think about that I've thought about a lot. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anybody else want to comment
Trey?
on that?
Yeah, I can't. My artistry coming out with wasn't about just community. However, my self-expressions been things that happened to me as a child. Writing or even my acting. I feel like now I'm still expressing myself. And the only way to do that is to act it out. And I'm living my true life as a gay male. So therefore that puts me forefront. And I want to be that guy because not everybody experience, but I've learned that through my art, I'm connecting with someone. So
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I can agree with that, most definitely.
Antuwan?
I just want to get a full understanding of the question. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah. What does the LGBT community? How does the LGBT community play a role in your artistic expression?
Okay, for me, it may not be in depth, but as far as my dance wise, I wasn't fully comfortable coming out like dancing girly and feminine and all that stuff. I usually like masculine dancing until I did come over and really step through who I was and the community that I do have and the genre that I dance and whatever who I'm going to choreograph for. Then I had to be able to adapt to my community, what they want to see, who I am. Period. So that's one way that my community helped me for real. Cause now I don't care. I just be out there doing it now. Now I'm just there. So yeah.
Neveah, can you hear us?
Yeah, having a little trouble.
Having a little trouble. You still having a little trouble? Yeah, she's still having a little trouble. She can't hear me. Okay. So you guys actually kind of touched up on something that I want to talk about, which was how do you feel being labeled as an LGBT artist? I think you kind of pretty much touched up on that in the last question. I feel like kind of going back to what I said originally, I think that sometimes if I was in it to where I wanted to be in it, my mindset would have been to establish myself as an artist first, and the adjectives can come later, or how you describe me can come later. And I 100% actually agree with Chainey and what he said in regards to, I really don't know if I want to represent or have to be an activist as well as try to produce or make sure that everybody understands my art or understands me, or look at my artistic expression. This is what I want to dive into. I didn't come on this to be an activist. I didn't come on this to be the first gay person to do this. I came on this journey to be who exactly I set out to be, and that was just to display my art. How do you guys kind of feel like, have you ever kind of thought that through or made that something in your, have you ever thought about that pretty much?
I have never thought about that. I'm like, really? No, I never thought about it at all. And picking up however they come to me, and of course my community. So that puts me forth.
Right.
I think that was something that I did actually like struggle with for a very, very long time, especially like in the early parts of me deciding that I wanted to be an artist. I think what was important for me was not allowing other people or the industry to um, characterize me because of my humanity. Because I think that our sexuality is a little bit more than that, and I think it's something that's it's not as escapable as having a job title or anything like that. That's just a part of who I am. Is it at the forefront of my artistry? No, I don't want to always have to walk into the room and be like, "Hi, I'm Gereme. I'm a gay artist." That's just a part of my humanity, and that's just what that is. Um, how that how that is projected through my art. I have a large majority of control over that, and some of that I don't. Again, that's just part of me and my human condition. So it was something that I did battle with at first. Like, do I want to present myself in this way and then be put into this position where it's like, oh, I have to, always nurture this part of myself that is so much bigger than me. I'm a part of a community. I think for me, the interpretation that comes from the art is beyond me, and how people resonate and how people connect with that, whether they be a part of my community or not. I feel like that does play a role in how I represent myself as an artist, and me having full reverence of the people who follow that art, without me having to become a martyr in any type of way.
Right.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I should have to gamble with being inauthentic about who I am as a human being versus how that plays a part in my artistry. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense.
So I definitely just had this issue. Well, it's like, I don't want to call it an issue. So okay, so I have a song coming out. I'm not gonna say when. Just know it's coming. No, but I have a song called Ocean that's coming out soon. And in the lyrics, it says, I just want to swim in your ocean. I feel like in this climate and entertainment, everybody want to be in everybody's business. And I just felt like, I'm like, when I wrote it, I'm like, everybody's going to be like, who ocean is he swimming in? And I almost felt like when I went against myself for writing it, because I'm like, nah, that's not what I want to represent, because I don't want to get on, like, I'm not getting on TV, or let me not jump ahead of myself because I haven't got there yet. I don't want to get out there in the forefront, like, portraying. I don't want people to feel like when they hear this, they expect something like masculine. They expect a straight person to be singing a song, because I'm saying I'm swimming in somebody's ocean. And you just think, like, dang, in this climate and entertainment, like, everybody's so much into, like, everything besides the music. Like, it'll be like, oh, her album is good, but who's she having sex with? Or
right.
his music is cool, but I wonder who on the deal that he knows. Like, it's always something that deters us from the art. And I think that's one thing that discourages me. Like, even when I wrote the song, it took me a good, like, week, because I went back and forth, like, nah, I don't know if I want to say something about swimming in oceans, because I don't want people to question it. But at the end of the day, it's all about a feeling. You can swim in whoever ocean you want to, whether it be man, woman, little stroke or two. It is what it is. It's the lyrics are, like, I guess it's all in what you make it. But once again, like that, you thinking it. Oh yeah.
What you say?
What you say, Trey?
I said, when is the song coming out?
I have a date for it, but, like, I don't want to give a date and then the song don't come out when it's supposed to.
Can we get like get a lyric?
Huh?
Give us a lyric.
Oh, you want me to sing it?
Just
come on out.
Oh no. Hopefully I can do it. Okay. You'll be on my line. We ain't wasting time. I'll be there at 9. I can love you better. I can get you wet. I just want to swim in your ocean. Feel the way I move with the motion. We ain't gotta speak, we just coasting. I can love you better. I can get you wetter. Hey, hey, hey.
All right.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. Ain't that there?
Hands across the board.
Thank y'all. August 12th, 2 weeks. What's
Hey.
Okay.
Couldn't hold it in.
Right.
So if it come out, if something happened, God forbid, if something happened, cut that out the live.
Who else gonna give a little tune or two?
Well, I ain't no single.
Y'all know it. Y'all know I'll come on here right quick and hit a little one too.
Is that Gereme? Is that Gereme right there?
What a very though.
Trying to be. I don't know why they acting all shine. They're actual artists in front of people all the time.
So you know what's funny? Gereme will do all this like, but then
right. I ain't gonna embarrass him like that. I ain't gonna embarrass you like that because you already know I will. So my next question it's pretty much it's a very sensitive one. And I want to describe this question before I ask this question. I have been in the company of some artists, and I don't think it's been any of you guys that are also LGBT and have said things to me like, they don't feel like their community supports them or get behind them as an artist. And they feel like it's because they are part of the LGBT community. I've also heard things like, well, a lot of LGBT people are creative and artistic. So it's nothing new to kind of get behind. Like, I don't see I don't see the glamour behind it because I know 20 other people that can do it as well in my circle. And so so it's kind of hard. I feel like inside of what they were trying to say to me was they wouldn't support because they see it from other people, which is weird to me. I don't know. It was very weird on how they said it to me. But my question would be, inside of your own artistic expression, do you feel like you get enough support from your own community, from the LGBT community?
Nothing? Nobody?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Iffy on it. Iffy.
I do feel like I get support.
No.
I'm iffy.
I feel like I do.
Okay. And why?
Okay. So I'll tell y'all a story. Okay, so one day there was an event by somebody in Charlotte that I'm not gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an event that happened. I had called. I had to work that day, and I was like stressed about the outfit. I'm like, is my music gonna be right? Like, it was a whole like interview type of thing. So long story short, I had like left work. Like, I'm like jeopardizing my job. Like, cause I'm like, I said I was gonna be here. I couldn't switch my days, so I had to be obligated to go. So anyway, long story short, you get there, and it's like the focus wasn't so much on the artist. It was more so on the party. It was like, okay, drink specials on at the bar, music on, DJ so and so and so and so. But it was just like, oh yeah, and the artist coming up too. It's like, oh, okay. So I like it went on about like a good 30 minutes, but like the spotlight wasn't really on the artist. It was more so on going out, putting on the outfit.
Club venue.
It wasn't like really like, like as an artist, I didn't
the club
feel like
venue.
my art was appreciated. Like, that wasn't the focus point. And I won't put that, like, I won't say that that's the reason why I say like, I won't say that I don't feel like I get support from everybody, but I feel like that's happened a lot. That's happened like more than like 3 times here in the city. And it's like, it's kind of discouraging because it's like you work on your music and then you go to these places and it's like, when that's not the focus point, it's like, okay, so what's the point of having a showcase if you showcase them drinks at the bar.
Yeah. You know, and not to break it up, or not to like, you know, exclude any community or anybody, but I have witnessed before, and I don't necessarily think that I'm kind of flip floppy with Antuwan as well. I have seen an artist do a set at one particular venue that was LGBT, and you know, it was good, you know, and like their set was good, but the audience kind of reacted a little, you know, the audience reaction was okay. They went to a straight event or a straight venue and performed the same set, and the audience went like, it was like wow, like damn near wanting a fucking standing ovation. I have seen that before. I've witnessed that before, and so that's why I say I'm kind of on the fence by that, because I've seen it in action before. What do you guys? How about you guys? Do you still support it as an artist by the LGBT community?
I know what you're talking about, and that's how I say I'm right there, Johnathan.
Mm-hmm.
An incident. That's what I'm talking about. Like as far as performing in LGBTI community platform and getting like death stares or whatever situation is, but then to go over there into, you know, the straight world and get like really applaud for doing the same thing that I just did over here, even if I am shaking my ass. It's like, yeah. And then like as far as
Right.
support in our community, I feel like people support you and they say they support or whatever, but it's like physical support is not there. You might talk it, you might say it, but like as far as being there, supporting and whatnot, not so much for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really, and maybe I've done it on purpose. I've never really paid attention to just the level of support. I feel like what happens is, for me, what I've witnessed is I've seen, you know, different artists who really kind of pour themselves into that amount of support that they are or they aren't getting, and it makes you bitter, and it kind of takes it away from what you're doing it for. I've never been a very big person on validation, because for me, my art and my passion is way more important to me than that. Um, you know, I do, you know, receive like a really good amount of support, especially from people that I respect and people that I care about, people that I trust their opinions on certain things, versus other people who just kind of look at it from a more tangible aspect. So it's never been something that I've ever focused on, just because I don't ever want it to make me feel some inverted experience that has nothing to do with what I'm doing it for.
Right. I can see that. I think oh my gosh, that actually made me think about something, because I feel like, you know, it goes back to the original, like one of the questions I asked in the beginning about, you know, whether you're doing your art for you or you're doing it for somebody else to seek validation from. You know, like I'm doing my art for me. It's just for me. I'm not really trying to be an activist. I'm not trying to, you know, make anybody else happy. This is for me, and I'm just happy to be recognized for it. But you know, whether you guys receive it or not, how you receive it or not, I don't care about it. That's not for me. That's for you guys. I'm just here to show you a show. So I can definitely see that. Anybody else have any comment on it at all, though? I feel like Neveah may have got her thing together. So let's see.
She got to come on out.
Look. Oh,
are you good now?
You in here?
You up in here?
We can't hear you though. We can't hear you. We can see you and like you can hear us, but we can't hear nothing you saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. It went out again.
Girl, you might have to text.
Almost had you. You almost had you. Oh wait, no, your phone. It's just. Is it just? Neveah, you muted yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
I did.
Oh shit.
Yeah?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Welcome.
So, geez. Thank you guys. Hi, everybody. So I didn't really get to hear you guys' amazing answers because I know they were amazing. And but for me, are we still on the same question about the support and everything? Are we still on that same question?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, do I feel supported? I feel like I'm supported across the board. Thank the Lord, and that I can truly say that confidently, because I know it's only blessings that I've been given because I can say that. But I do feel that I could be supported more if I put myself out there to be supported more. And that's one thing that I've been working on in my journey. I've come to terms with who I am as an individual, spiritually, as a woman, as an artist, as a businesswoman. But two, I have to remember that in wearing those hats, I have to be open to sharing the person under the hat, you know. And I get caught up with the look of it rather than the experience of it. And that's what I've been working on personally. That's been my personal journey. Working on the feel and the love of it, not what it looks like. Because looks can only get you so far. With our community, I would like to be more open and more present because I think that's important. It's a part of me. I have a whole wife. I have a whole family. And I would love for them to be shared around the world with me. I want them to see the same things I see. So it would be fair to close them in a box and say, oh, no, yeah, that's a part of my life I can't share. I think that's very selfish, and I think that's very close-minded. I'm definitely working on some self-preservation in that regard as well. Just knowing how to give enough and not give too much, but not give too little to where it's as if I'm trying to avoid or I'm trying not to be real.
Right.
Because that's what I feel like all of us in this chat stand on is genuinity,
right.
and true perseverance as far as our art is concerned, and not having that compromised by any means.
Right. Right. I'm gonna circle back to another question, Neveah, that I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on. And that was,
Okay.
how do you feel being labeled as an LGBT artist?
I don't know if I feel anyway in that regard. Because I've never subscribed to a group. I've never subscribed to a label or a overall picture of me. I've never subscribed to that. I've always just seen it as we are a part of a network, in my opinion. We're a part of a network that understands each other and understands that love has no gender. Love has no, color. Love has no. So if I'm going to subscribe to a label, that means I'm putting myself in that type of category. I'm categorizing myself. And for me, I don't subscribe to that. So I'm more of a free spirit. Lord, whatever we can do, if I love you, I love you. It doesn't have anything to do with, your gender, you get what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
that person that just regardless of the but I artist, an image hasn't portrayed that. And I can honestly say that looking from the outside looking in and inside looking out, the feed that back that I've always received has never been, oh, you're you're LGBT, or you're a artist. It's never been that. And that's not to say that I'm happy about that or not happy about that. That's just not how I've been perceived. And like I said, that's something I'm working on too, because I want that to be perceived because that's who I am. I'm all of these things. I'm an artist. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. So I want to be perceived as all of that. So I would love to be more perceived as if I in the near future. So hopefully I get more opportunities to be a part of these types of events, these types of forums, because I think this is important for all of us to be able to use it as a platform to share our stories.
Right. This is going back to the whole group. We touched on it, and we kind of, I just got to make sure I go back and read it right. We touched on it, and she just used the word platforms. And everybody know for 2019, platform was my favorite word. If you knew me back then, you knew. So, are you using your platforms to voice social justice, to voice about social? Okay, let me read that question one more time. Are you using your platform to voice about social injustice? Why or why not? As it relates to the LGBT community, of course.
Wait, say that one more time.
Could it not be all forms of social justice?
Well, I mean, it can be, but this is where this topic was about. I'm an artist inside of the LGBT community, so that's what we're focusing on. But because Patrice so bluntly wants to call me out, it can be across the board.
So like equality? Like, are you speaking about equality?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Okay. So can you word it again? Say it again. I'm gonna use my
Patrice
platform
want to correct me? I'll let Patrice do it.
Do you use your platform with your talent to be an activist for any injustice in social activism?
Well, if this makes any sense, as far as when it goes back to me dancing, like that's masculine and feminine, I guess, though, if we're coming from there, as far as a straight male who needs a choreographer, would he choose me over a guy who already looks straight? Like, as far as equality in that way?
I see where you're going. You can go with that. Yeah, use that angle.
So yeah, for me, I'm just trying to make sure I fully understand the question, I think. So if I'm going on that way, skip back. I'm gonna get it. Skip back. Because I think I'm going the right way. I just gotta get my words right. Skip over me.
Any other platforms?
Is anybody else a social activist using their platform as an artist?
Okay, I'm using my platform, yes, to bring awareness to some topics, but here recently it's been more of a trend, and because on my platforms I'm already popular, so it's like hard for me to continue to want to be that and present that when people are using that just trend and be popular in a sense. Mine is more so I have to now take everything that I learned within the social activism and put it in my next project, because again, that's the way I can express it. So that's what I plan to do. Be more involved with that outside of just telling the story of either like a HIV positive male or not being able to have healthcare or anything like that. Now it's becoming deeper and other ways for me to put it out there. So it'll all be
right
green for me.
And I just want to make sure I heard you right. I'm just to summarize something that you said. Basically, what you were doing initially to kind of use your platform to put out, to talk about those issues and actually being an activist. Did you like necessarily say that what you were doing initially kind of got watered down because everybody else kind of started, I guess, using it? Is that what you said?
That's correct. And then also it's like I would want to be more out there as far as that, because I know we just had the question, are you an LGBT artist? I am not, but that's my biggest platform and I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. And it's like I don't want to be the face of something I don't have all the knowledge for. So
right.
that also plays a part. So knowing people like you and having opportunities to get there, I can become better at that. And eventually, I know for me, if I'm connecting with my people, my LGBT people, based off of my real life experiences, I can definitely, be there for everything else. So,
Right.
I'm learning as
Right.
I grow within my.
That's what life is about. Gereme, Chainey, Neveah.
No, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I could definitely say that for me, with everything that's been transpiring, like I can definitely say that it's definitely made me reevaluate my own experience, as a Black male in America, and how I can create a conversation about that without it being disgruntled or being angry. I think we can all kind of agree that that's something that, as a community, regardless of what walk we're coming from, that's something that we all feel when we see everything that's going on so many different platforms. I think for me,
is it easier as an artist to express it with your art than to talk about it?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the one right there.
For me, it is. I think for me, because it helps me create what it is that I want to see from the discussions that we're having, because it feels like it's creating a bigger disconnect and it's allowing us to all kind of come together more, because of course everybody has different views and different opinions on what they
Right.
I think the one thing that we're not really agreeing on, we're all feeling it almost to the same degree. If we're not the person that's being shot, or we're not the the trans individual that's being beat down at a gas station by 40 people. You know what I mean? It's the fact that we're seeing it and that we are being affected by it, and that it shouldn't be something that should be happening. So for me, it definitely has kind of shaped how I want to project my artistry. It's made me reevaluate, the types of messages that I want to put out into the universe. And, do I want to be a soldier? Do I want to be a beacon? Like, just different things like that.
Okay.
It's definitely allowed me to kind of, as cliche as I want to be, the change that I want to see. So,
right.
So yeah, I can definitely say that for me, it's been easier than just having a simple conversation about it, because then it just becomes really convoluted with different views and different opinions, and we're not all just trying to be on one plane.
Okay. Anybody else?
I will say that I use the platform that I have to like share and make people aware. As far as like putting my own words out, I would rather put it into like either like, because I produce as well, so I would rather put it into my energy into a beat, and maybe like put it into a song, write about it. I'd rather do that. It gets to be a little heavy. I know that I like went through a period where I was just sharing, donating, petition. It was just like, it started to get to the point where I couldn't even put it in a song because it was so heavy. So I did take a little woosah, because
mental health break.
Sharing it takes a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit out of you.
It's draining.
I definitely would rather put it into, very draining. I'd rather put it into a song so you feel that emotion, rather than feeling physically and mentally drained from,
right,
talking about it. Or
Antuwan.
Mom went back to the equality thing as far as using my platform. Like using my platform to just show, like, I go balancing back from, like we say, labels and stuff like that, as far as our community and the straight community, whatever. For me, it's the trying to find the equal balance to let that community know over there too, that just because I am over here in our community does not mean I can't choreograph for y'all. Does not mean I dance like a female all the time. I'm going to use my platform to do more, to show y'all. I don't even want to say show them, because I never really thought about this question like that. It's like, but when it comes to equality, so I think now that I look at it like this, as far as showing them that I can dance like a masculine male, I can start doing that more and using my platform now to like make awareness to that now.
Right.
Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I was looking at it from
And
the
to add,
equality standpoint.
and to add value to what you said, I remember when I was in high school, I was trying to audition because Northwest School of the Arts didn't have a sports team, so we didn't have a band team as well to kind of do like the dance skills and things like that in front of the band. So I tried out for Harton's band because I still wanted to kind of dance and things like that for a band. That was one of my first introduction to dance was through band actually. So I tried out for Harton, and I felt like I rocked the fucking house down. I felt like I was the shit. I felt like when I left the field, it was fire on the field. I felt everything, and not to mention, I was already choreographing for another band that I was just a part of, so I knew I was overqualified. I just felt very confident going into this situation, only to be told that I'm not able to join the team because I'm a guy. They wanted me to be a drum major. I'm not. That's not what I wanted to. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to.
But you know what's crazy? When I was at Harding, the chair captain was a boy.
Huh?
That was crazy. When I was at Harding, the chair captain was a boy.
But so, and I got very upset about that, and I wanted to like really go back and like go off. I wanted to like sue Harding for discrimination. I felt like because I was a gay black male, and and it just no. But what I also and that was this kind of adds value to what Antuwan was saying. I've also experienced it as well, and or not being able to book a job because I've come into the audition, wanting to do the female role or wanting to dance the female role as opposed to dance the masculine role, and or not even actually audition for the female role, but just the way I'm dancing is a little more feminine than what they was looking for. Yeah. So I wasn't able to kind of show them, hey, I can do this as well, but this is what this is what I'm doing right now. So I can understand what you're saying, Antuwan, when it comes down to dancing wise.
And so you both just gave me a great you guys gave me a great premise to utilize in this conversation. Because I was gonna say that no, I do not use my platform. That's what I was gonna say, because I'm very honest. I ain't got no reason to lie. But now that you guys just said that, if everybody in here doesn't know, those two guys, Antuwan and Johnny Boy, dance with me. And every time they get on that stage, kill it, whether it's a female dance or a male dance. And any crowd that we step into feels that same energy. It's not a feminine energy, it's not a male energy, it's just that energy, And I guess I can say that is offering, some type of outlet into our community, because a lot of artists that don't identify in our group don't allow male dancers to do the female parts, and don't allow the females to do the male parts. They want it strictly divided. So I thank God that I'm able to even see that in retrospect, because I never even paid that any attention. I was just letting y'all be who y'all be who you are, and I feel like that's important in any art. If you can't tell somebody express yourself and then tell them, okay, well, but within these limits. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't think you can do that. And I think the world does that to us, already. Yeah, go ahead and be expressive. Tell me you don't like something, but you got to watch how you tell me you don't like it. Right. You gotta be mindful of how you hurt my feelings when you say it. You see what I'm saying? So you're telling me to be myself, but I have to have stipulations with how I present. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, I thank you guys for just being yourselves, allowing yourself to not be in that box. And I'm learning that from you guys, not to be so concerned about the look, Be concerned about the experience of it, what people are getting from it, because that's truly what we're doing it for. You know, we want people to gain something from what we're giving. If they're not, we're doing it for the wrong reason. You know, we're not doing it for the right cause. So, yeah, I thank you guys for that. Sorry, I just wanted to chime in on that.
I got a question really quickly for you guys. Do you feel like, I mean, since we've been talking about being an artist and being LGBTQ, do you feel like other artists who are out and famous that do not express their sexuality, although everybody knows their sexuality, do you feel like they are inappropriate or sellout?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't like.
No, I don't.
I don't. If they lie about it, yeah, but if it's like don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're lying about it. They're yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're definitely lying about it.
Lying. Oh, blatantly lying. Well,
I wouldn't say sellout either. I just be like,
well,
know you're fucking lying.
I mean, for me, I don't. Yeah, for me, it's more of a, you know, do what you do. You know, I'm not judging anybody's situation, because I know how hard it is to identify with that and still, you know, have to be in that mold and live and walk in that mold when you know you don't want to and you know you're not happy. You know, that's not fun. And I'm so glad that I haven't had to subscribe to that type of life. You know, I've been able to be out here and be independent, but some people, they are doing it because they need that money to feed their families. Seriously, that's all they have. So if they have to, you know, kind of hide it or say, well, yeah, I am, but I'm not, you know, they got to do what they got to do. And I respect that. I'm not going to judge that. But, you know, we are very few and far between. Everybody else will judge that. So I get why they would lie about it. If I was in that situation, I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would lie or if I would be honest, you know, because I haven't been in that situation. So.
Okay. Anybody else?
I really don't feel like they owe it to anyone. I feel like they don't owe it to anyone. Like that's your business. Like, I'm not, like, what people fail to realize is, like, when you turn it around, like, if you turn the camera from the celebrity and you turn it to the people, regular people don't want people in their business. It's like, oh, mind your business. You say somebody got some gum, oh, mind your business. The smallest thing will make you say, oh, I wish people would mind your business. Imagine it on like a larger scale, like when everybody just want to know what you ate. Right. You was at Wendy's, did you get ate a number 9? Like, damn.
Right.
Is that not a part of being famous, though?
I mean, but see, and that's a certain thing that you have to think of, like, with being an artist. Like, okay, well, how far do I really want to go? Like, do I really want to have people all up in my business asking me who I'm having sex with? Like, do I really want to explain, like, y'all, I'm gay, or I like this, like, do I really want to? You have to ask those type of questions to yourself to be in that mindset. And I don't really think that and I hate to say it, I don't really think that certain artists or, like, people that represent us I don't know if they do a good job of it when they actually express it, because sometimes it just gets really messy and it's like, so you kind of like, dang, I don't want to be private, but I don't want to tell y'all, because then y'all gonna go searching about who on the list of who I dealt with. It's just a whole bunch of mess that I wish it didn't exist. Because.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Huh?
I hate that. I got mad.
Why you get mad?
I was mad,
I'm gonna be honest. I would probably want to be that one. I consider myself Wendy Williams at its finest. I want to know what you're eating so I can report it. I want to know what you're doing. I love Wendy Williams. I'm a big fan of hers. I want to be her so bad. In my mind, that is my best friend. But I will be that person. You know, it's just me. And I do think that it takes away, like you said earlier, it takes away from the art. It takes away from what you're presenting to me, because I'm so focused on what you're doing outside of that. And it is a mess. So we're actually going to wrap this conversation up. Before we go, I do want to, let everybody know how to find you guys. So while y'all was talking, I was actually typing. I was getting y'all Instagram stuff pulled up so I can type it in as y'all say it. But Chainey, if you don't mind, I'm gonna let you go first. Let the people know how they can find you.
Okay. Hi. No, I'm playing. My name is Chainey. Once again, you can find me on Instagram at Chains World. I make beats. Hit me up in my DM. I have a BeatStars as well. Chains World, CHA. It's right here. You spell it the same way. I don't know where it's at right now on y'all screen, but it's right there. If you go to beatstars.com, if you're an artist and you need beats, my beats are not expensive, so don't be complaining about the pricing. Okay. You can find me on Instagram under the same name as well.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna holler at you, Antuwan. See where you at.
All right. On my Facebook is Antuwan Brown. On my TikTok, make sure you follow me there so you can see my dancing at. And also Instagram is Antuwan J. Yeah. Anybody in Charlotte, outside surrounding areas, if you're looking for a choreographer, you're looking for a dancer, somebody to fill some spots in the acting role, somebody to talk to about creative visuals and whatnot, hit me up on my, I say Instagram, DM me. We can network and check it up.
Holla at me, Trey.
What's up? It's I am the real spelled correctly at The Real Trey Love on all social media platforms. You can also visit the website www.therealtraylove.com. You can find everything that I do. Again, I'm an actor, a creative, a writer, a poet. I can write the song. I can't sing them for you. I can act out, and I can put some visuals together as well. Again, Real Trey Love, all social media platforms. www.therealtraylove.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi guys. You can find me on all social media at _Gereme. That's GEREM3. On Facebook, I am GEREME, which is pretty easy. I'm like the only Jeremy that you're gonna find with that name. So, but yeah, I'm a singer, songwriter. Hit me up. I do hooks. I do full songs. I make a mean spaghetti. Whatever. That's all.
You say a mean spaghetti.
A mean spaghetti.
You heard it.
So thank you guys. I'm going to actually shake up the table again tonight and allow y'all to stay on for our closing. That way, we can kind of end together. We started together. We can end together. Before I go into my closing,
she's been struggling the whole conversation.
Huh?
Shout out to Neveah. Like, she's been struggling the whole conversation. So, like, shout out to her.
Actually, and this is her Instagram. And look up her music, look up her shows and things like that on her Instagram page at Neveah OTR. That is NEVEAHOTR. Okay, so make sure y'all go and check her out as well. Gereme, thank you so much for doing that. 'Cause I definitely forgot for whatever reason. Her picture not here to show up. But I want to thank you guys for coming on and just having this conversation with me in regards to you being an artist, expressing yourself and navigating being a part of the LGBT community as well. I think this topic came up because I felt like sometimes we definitely kind of went through that the idea of where I got the topic from is sometimes people and artists don't want to be an activist. I just want to be an artist. And there are some artists that, hey, I want to be the first person to do this. I want to be the first gay person to set the tone for this, things like that. I think that I've watched a couple of LGBT artists break, break the internet the world, things like that, with songs that they've gotten out, things like that, and was interested in regards to, and was interested inside of their thought process when they were doing it. Like, what's his name? Lil Nas X think, when he put out his work, whenever he put out his work, and he blow up, but did he intend to kind of have this, did he intend to be the first LGBT artist?
Tyler, the Creator, didn't get the same kind of hate, which was weird.
Tyler, the Creator?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
He didn't get the same splashback that Lil Nas X had. I don't know if it's because he has a different audience, but he didn't get any of that.
Well, people kind of already knew. Tyler was saying some real off the wall stuff, and it's like, child, you ain't gay. I don't know what it is. So it's like, at this point, I guess somebody fresh and new, it's like kind of like, wow, he's new, so he's coming out as being gay. And then you got Tyler, like Tyler just said he got a boyfriend. He called all his little friends boyfriends, all kind of stuff. So it's like, it was given.
Okay.
Yeah. I also felt, I'm a big, you know what? I ain't finna go there with you, Patrice, because you finna start a whole other conversation. I'm trying to close this night out. But
I'm slowly peeling that onion, like,
Yeah. Neveah, can you do me a favor and tell the world how to find you?
Sure. Oh, it's right there. You did a great job. I didn't do that. I did that. You can find me on Neveah OTR, and you can find me at JP on Facebook, Twitter, Neveah OTR. I have a new website that I'm about to drop as well, and I'll make sure everybody gets those links via the IG, Facebook, and other.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So, I want to remind you guys that we are doing the virtual focus group. I'm looking for individuals.
For $100.
MSM. At first, I was giving you $40. Now I'm willing to give you $100 for your valuable information. All I want to do is have you sit down with me and have a conversation about prep. I'm not looking to push prep on you. I'm not looking for you to walk out the room and feel like you have to get on prep. I'm not looking to do a referral. I'm looking to have a conversation to see what our community, the Black gay community, think about prep as a whole. And the only way to do that is to hear from you guys, is to hear from us, have that conversation with you guys. Historically, white men have sit behind their desks and made interventions to engage our community on prep. However, we know it's not working. So now we have a chance to have a seat at our own table, create our own table, and create our own interventions for our community. And the only way to do that is for us to sit down and actually have that conversation. So please, please, please join us. The focus groups are actually going to be done virtually through Zoom. And again, I'm willing to pay you for your time. I'm willing to pay you $100 to just come and sit down and have a conversation with me. Shout out to Crew. Crew is our sister organization. Crew stands for Community Empowerment, Resource, and Wellness. That is an organization that focuses on substance abuse and mental health as it relates to harm reduction. So pretty much to kind of give you a synopsis of what that actually is that I'm not looking to stop your drug of choice. If you're using 7 days a week, I want to drop you down to 5 days a week. And we're going to applaud that, and things like that. So those are the things that we kind of use as we talk about harm reduction, not going cold turkey, and allowing you, to make your own goals as you go. I also want to let you know that starting in August, Keeping It 100 is dropping down to once a week. We're actually going to be doing Thursdays at 6:30 only. I'm sad to say. So going forward, we will be seeing you guys on Thursday only at 6:30. So make sure y'all continue to tune in. We will not be doing Tuesday shows. And honestly, that's all I had for you. I thank you guys for joining us. You guys have a nice one.
Bye. Thank you to all the artists that came today. Y'all were amazing.
Thank you.